Howdy there everybody, it's Rain here, and I'm continuing the quest of generating seal pools in the order that I think is most powerful or least powerful. Started out with Sultai, went to Teamer, went to Jeskai, and now fourth place for me is Abzan. Abzan has a bit of contradictory strategies in this set. White is like very devoted to being aggressive, and black and green are both devoted to sort of mid-range and slow strategies. So when all your colors sort of conflict in this manner, there can be some problems. However, I think green-black is a very solid deck, and green-white is also a decent deck. So Abzan's definitely not a terrible pick. It's just not one of the synergistic or best ones in my eyes. Alright, going into this pack, Sandstep Mastodon. Very expensive. If you design your deck to be very slow and can afford a 7-drop like this, this is 10 power for 7 mana, which is insane, and will end the game really, really quickly. It also randomly has reach, which is nice. So if you can get up to 7, Sandstep Mastodon's going to do a lot of work. Ruthless Instincts is a great combat trick. Merciless Executioner is a wonderful card. It's kind of like an Edict with upside. Elite Scale Guard's great. Abzan Beastmaster is very good in the black-green decks, but it's a little underwhelming in most of the other decks. Pressure Point, not a big fan. Sky Captain's pretty good. Cleric's pretty good for stalling. Sideboard card, Harsh Sustenance if I'm playing black-white, which I really don't want to do, is good. Hooded Assassin's good. Warflare is not where I gotta be. Sandblast is very good. Right now, based off of this pack alone, there are a lot of green-white cards that I would like to play. There's this Executioner, and the Hooded Assassin, which are the two big pulls to black right now. Well, let's see how deep the colors are as a whole. 3 Sky Captain's a little much. I'd rather just play 2. A Bondkin's actually very exciting. 2 Scale Guards work really well with Bondkin. Very happy, especially if I'm playing sort of a mid-rangey deck. Scale Guard's very good. Light Form, very good card. Sandblast, very good. Sandstep Outcast, very good. Valorous Stance in a slower deck is actually wonderful because you can hold on to it longer to make it closer to removal. Ward Scale Dragon, if I really need the 6-drop, which I don't really think I do, would be fine. Blue has Double Surveyor, which is nice. Frostwalker, which is nice. Double Monastery Siege, which is a little excessive. Mindscour Dragon if you need a 6-drop. Treasure Cruise if you need an 8-drop. Whisk Away is very good. Right into Being is pretty good. But probably not blue. It's just a little light, especially on creatures. Going into black, Vanguard's good. Hardspex is good. Hooded Assassins are great. Executioner is very good. Suresot's good. Ripper's good. Typhoid Rats is good. Tysker is very good. Emissaries are very good, especially in defensive decks. This is a very good support for a defensive green-black deck, and I'm actually really leaning towards it now. Even past that initial pack, I feel like the defensive black here is combating the defensive white for sure, or just the white in general. Kitten Guard, very good. Guide, very good. Beastmaster's okay, especially if I can get some synergies with it, but we'll have to see about that. Cruise Shock's a little overcosted. Feral Cruise Shock is on curve. Frontier Mastodon, very happy with. Hunt the Weak's okay. Map the Waste is okay. These are all sideboard. Ruthless Instincts is very good. Saga Archer is very good. Team Recharger is very good. Mastodon, it looks like I'm going to be able to have a deck that can be slow enough to support this, so I'm very happy with it. Saga Archer is also very, very good with Abzan Beastmaster, which I would be very happy with. And Sandstep Mastodon, obviously very good with Abzan Beastmaster. It's just going to, once you play Sandstep Mastodon, you have the biggest thing on the board, but that's kind of a win-more scenario. In terms of good cards with the Beastmaster, like this Host could be okay, and actually might make it playable. Generally these black cards have decent toughness. Most of these white cards don't, though, which is kind of a little bit of a downside. And this is pretty aggressive, with the exception of like Bondkin, Cleric, double Scale Guard if I play that, and Sandblast. And the Valorous stance. I can support either, honestly. And down to the multicolor cards, double Harsh Sustenance and a Grim Contest is the things to consider. And land-wise, I'm either playing green-black, green-white, or green-black splashing white. There's good reason to splash white here. I'd probably play this as a swamp. Maybe. So, potential white splash is easier than a black splash since we have a dual land to splash white. I think, personally, I would play this green-black deck, and the reason I go green-black is because, well, you're playing most of your bombs. You're playing the Sandstep Mastodon, you're playing this Tassiger, and you're playing this Haruspex, which is not necessarily a bomb, but it's a very good value card, which is what you're kind of looking for in Sealed, and it works very well with these Sultai Emissaries, as well as potentially these Ruthless Ripper Typhoid Rats. This black is very, very solid at establishing a good defense early on, and having very decent removal in Double-Hooded Assassin, Sure Shot, you know, the Death Touch guys. So I'm very happy about this black, and I really do want to run it. Going into white and talking about the removal and the creatures in general, there's a Sandblast and a Valorous stance as the removal for this sort of slower deck, but most of this white is it's really not bad, and I wouldn't fault somebody for playing this white, but I just think it's a little worse than the black. It has less bombs, less value, and definitely a more aggressive sort of game plan. I do love Lightform, and I hate to drop it, but I think that going black is a solid way to go, especially since you're really not getting much in the way of removal. In the cost for losing the bomb that is Tassiger. So yeah, I would be playing black-green here. I'd splash white potentially for a Harsh Sustenance if I need the removal, which it looks like I would. Maybe two, and potentially the Sandblast as well. Those would be my three first considerations. Maybe I play this Valorous stance over a Harsh Sustenance, but I think Harsh Sustenance is better, especially since it gains you life. And green-black decks are very good at sticking creatures to the board with their high toughness guys like Sagu Archer. These Hooded Assassins are actually very good at sticking around. And general 1/1 Death Touch guys. And if they do die, I have a Haruspex with this double Sultai Emissary, which is actually really exciting. So I'd be very, very happy with this deck, and it's kind of what I said in my pre-release clan description, is you're kind of hoping to get a good green-black deck, and you know, it turns out that the green-black deck was the way I went, and I didn't really hate the white either. So that's something to consider. Maybe Abzan's better than I thought it was, but I still think it is edged out by the really, really powerful Sultai Temur and Jeskai. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I hope you have a great day.